What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? How y'all doing tonight? Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly before we start the show. All right, let me get some stuff up. Hold on just a second. Uh, all right, my audio's good. Cool, cool. 1 second. All right, what's going on tonight, y'all? How y'all like the National Signing Day? Was it a little bit anticlimactic? What y'all think about the signing day today? I'm also gonna open up the phone lines later on during the show, so you all can call in. Appreciate y'all pulling up. I cover SWAC content over here, so like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't liked and subscribed to the channel yet. Courtney Sutherland says went as expected. Oh, okay. I actually was kind of shocked at Perkins though. Perkins kind of shocked me. I didn't expect him to go to LSU. I thought he would have went to Florida if he wouldn't have made a crazy pick, like, coming to Jackson State or something like that. I thought he would have went to Florida. I didn't see LSU coming. But I guess it makes sense because LSU kind of rebuilding right now and he can get some playing time early. So that's probably what he was thinking. Shamar Stewart, I figured Texas A&M was going to get him. Hey, how you doing, Miss Gowdy? LJ Lowe said I was shocked, actually. Oh, so you thought he was coming to Jackson State, LJ Lowe? Isn't he from Louisiana or am I bugging? I think he's from somewhere in Texas. Yeah, he's from somewhere in Texas. That's why everybody assumed that he was going to go to Texas A&M. LSU is very weak on defense with a new coach. All positions are open. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, he probably went there because he was going to get some playing time. But some people were saying that he wanted to be a running back too, so they didn't know if he was gonna, that's one of the reasons why he left Texas A&M, because they probably told him that he wasn't gonna be able to play running back. So I don't know. But overall, I thought it was a good day. Grambling did a lot. Grambling is gonna be a force to be reckoned with. Do not sleep on Grambling. He's from New Orleans originally, but moved to Houston area after Katrina. Okay, yeah, I know. When you Google him, it says he's from Cedar Hill, Texas, or something like that. I can't remember. It's something Texas though, so I'm not totally sure. But yeah, Grambling did good today, y'all. They got them a couple of quarterbacks. They got their 3-star guy, and I watched his film. He looks really good. So don't sleep on Grambling. Grambling look like they're gonna do something this year. What's going on, Hoop Jargon? It's my guy Hoop Jargon. If you like NBA content, you like SWAC content, go follow Hoop Jargon. Do you think they used us for clout, especially Perkins? I think all of the kids were trolling this year. Like, they was doing some heavy trolling this year. They was having fun with this. All the kids was having fun with it. Like, I just feel like they was trolling a little bit. Like Shamar Stewart, that post that he did talking about when Dion called you or whatever. He's just trolling. And then like he would go to somebody's school and he would delete all the pictures and put that school's pictures on. And so all the fans think, oh, this means he's gonna pick us. Like he pretty much trolled the mess out of Miami. Like that was crazy. I know Miami fans are mad at him, like, cause he just had their pictures on. He really made them believe that he was gonna pick Miami. I'm a JSU guy. I feel like we opened all our presents on Christmas Eve and ended up with nothing on Christmas Day. Yeah, that's what it felt like exactly. Cause I felt like all the the updates that we were getting, we was like, okay, we already know this one. I mean, I know it means something when you see that they signed, but cause the other updates were them committing. So, but they didn't make a graphic for Travis Hunter. It didn't say Travis Hunter signed. So I'm wondering, has he signed yet? Has Travis Hunter actually signed to Jackson State yet? What's going on, Mr. T? It's not just the kids are making these decisions solely. Hoop Jogger said, y'all still solid. Y'all work early. Yeah. Okay, he already enrolled. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I know. I kept looking at the JSU page to see if they're gonna make a graphic that said that he was signed, but they never did. I know they did one for Coleman, but I didn't see one for Hunter. I know Hunter's in school though. JSU has a great class. Yeah, they got a real good class. I don't know if they're gonna be ranked higher than they were last year. We have to see once they tally all the uh the commits up, because they were 54th last year. So I was expecting them to be in the top 50 this year, but they did good though. And Grambling did good. Alabama A&M did good. Southern did okay. FAMU did okay too. What's going on with man? I forgot his name. He has a long name. The guy from Southern that was trolling Grambling. So he flipped from Southern to Grambling, and then flipped from Grambling to Southern. I was like, golly, this dude is just really trolling. You see what Hugh did at Grambling on signing day. Oh yeah, Hugh's gonna do it, man. Hugh is gonna do something this season. I'm telling y'all. How did Alcorn do? Uh, I seen them. They got a few players that, I mean, they didn't really make no noise. Like I didn't see them really get anybody that that was out of the ordinary for them. But portal signings will still be happening other than signing day. Yeah. Oh, after signing day, my bad. All this just level the playing field. Yeah, I'm just ready to see the games. Like I'm ready to see the level of competition, how it's gonna look compared to last year. Also, Jackson State canceled the Southern Heritage Classic. What's up with that? I wonder what's going on. Like some people were speculating that it can't be the UAPB game. So because UAPB has a game that day on September 10th when the Southern Heritage Classic is. So I'm wondering what's going on. We'll find out Monday when Jackson State dropped their schedule. But yeah, that's strange though. I never thought that would happen. Yeah, I never thought they would cancel the Southern Heritage Classic like that. That's a moneymaker for them. JP 1911 said he glad they did. Why you say that, JP 1911? It's not really worth it. Our only hope is Coach Bubba get his coach Pew on and build a culture. Hoop jogging, I think it's over with for Prairie View. I think it's over with. I think y'all gonna be middle of the pack at best. That's just me being honest. That's them listening to the same alumni that told them to hire Hughes and Brent. I'm gonna open up the lines, y'all, so y'all can call and let people know what y'all thought about signing day, what y'all looking to see, what y'all want to see going forward. Give me just a moment. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna put the number on the screen. All right, and the phone lines are open now, so y'all can call in if y'all want and be on the show and give your opinion. It's your boy I said PV will be good. They might, I just like to mess with hoop jargon though. Seems like there's a lot more throwing QBs in the SWAC this year. Yeah, I think a lot of the coaches. Well, I know Hugh Jackson. He wants somebody that can throw down the field. But that guy they got, that Grambling guy, he's kind of mobile too. All right, we got a call coming in. Hold on just a second, y'all. All right, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, this is Ryan from Texas.
What's going on, Ryan?
Nothing much, man. I just wanted to just say a little piece. I think Jackson State had a great recruiting class. I think we just got to keep perspective, and I think that kind of got lost. And I think that this is like a learning experience for the program, but then for the fans and even the people covering the SWAC in Jackson State.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think I tried to temper expectations with Perkins, Campbell, and Stewart in the comment sections and on live chats and stuff. But I think what happened was, there was so much hype that was built around things that weren't concrete publicly or factually around these kids. And so
Mm-hmm.
what happened is the fans, the people covering Jackson State really built into a narrative that these recruits were actively engaging with Jackson State when we hadn't seen any concrete evidence publicly, and we were ignoring all of the concrete evidence to the contrary. With Shamar Stewart, he did an interview with 24/7 where they asked him point blank, and he said, "I'm not really interested." Dion reached out. I talked to him. I'm not really interested. These guys, him, Perkins, they took visits to other schools and openly courted them. And I think the next thing that we have to graduate to is Jackson State as a program has to graduate to is getting these kids on campus and doing these things the traditional way to where, we can have official visits and we're prepared to host them and prepared to have players that, publicly want to endorse the school and commit early, top recruits. I think that's the next step for the program. I think, we got carried away a little bit with the Kevin Coleman, Travis Hunter situation because they were surprises. But I think traditionally we have to really look at factual, above ground, proven things, instead of just going off of I heard this
Yeah.
or I'm
I think
expecting this or
I
I
think
saw them hanging out with this person. I
yeah.
think, we just have to mature in that aspect. And I think we will, and I think we'll get to the point, but it's a process, and I think there's so much early success that we want to have all of that now. And it's still a process, and next year I think they'll build on this class, and a lot of those things will start to happen.
Yeah, I think when it comes to Shamar Stewart, I think what really happened was that post that he put out on his Twitter saying that when you about to commit to a Power Five and Deion Sanders hits your line or whatever, he makes that that funny post, and so that
Yeah,
kind of
he did.
started the firestorm with speculation that he might be picking
And,
he might be
and
picking
I'm sorry to
Jackson
cut you
State.
off.
No, well, no, well,
He
what I
did.
was go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and I'm sorry to cut you off. What do you call it? He did post that, but everything after that for the last month and a
Mm-hmm.
half, and he had the interview with 24/7. But most people didn't read that interview because you had to go on the website and all the different things. But everything he did after that was in direct contradiction to that post.
Yeah.
And I brought it up on Jeff Lightsey's live, And I was called a hater, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. I'm just like, hey, look, this is just what he said. He's on a visit here. Harold Perkins has what do you call it, decided to take his last visits here. And this is the reason why I wanted to temper that, because what happens is you buy into the fact that these kids are trolling you and that
Yeah.
they really want to come to your school with these narratives that aren't concrete, and then when they don't come, then you paint the kid as, oh, he was trolling us, he used us for clout, when everything really, if you look at it, pointed to they were going to other schools.
I think what it is, I think what happened was when Travis Hunter committed, the way he did it, a lot of people felt like, okay, so we might have to hold out until the day of, because you know pretty much Travis Hunter didn't make it known that he was going to pick Jackson State or anything to the day of, so nobody even knew that he was going to pick Jackson State. So they probably was
and
speculating that that was going to happen with Shamar Stewart, where he was just going to act like he was taking all these visits with other schools, act like he was ignoring Jackson State, and then come out with the hat and put the hat on and just shock everyone. I think that's what a lot of people was thinking it was going to happen because of what Travis Hunter did and what Kevin
and
Coleman
I
did as well.
and I think you're right. And I just think that what we are going to learn from this process this year is that that's an extremely rare thing. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? The most concrete thing you can go off is official visits and what these kids say and do publicly consistently. And, the waiting to the last minute surprising someone like that is not common. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and even with Travis, he even took a visit though. He even actually came to the school, saw a game. But Coleman committing sight unseen just off of I believe in his relationship with Travis, these are things that are rare, and I think we
Yeah.
have to build on and mature to a program where, hey, it's not a surprise. It's these top kids are like, no, I want to go to Jackson State. I'm committed to them publicly. I like them. I'm going on an official visit. I'm gonna take them seriously like I would any other school, instead of banking on these spectacular announcements and declarations last minute. I think the next step this next year is to move to that, to where we're not, hiding the J hat or whatever. It's no, this is who I'm with.
Okay.
That's what I'm hoping for anyway.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. But I got another call. I appreciate you giving your opinion.
All right, thank you.
All right. All right. Next caller 609. Hold on just a second. All right, caller, you live. Talk to me.
This is a Clarence Jackson State. I'm a graduate of Jackson State. It's all
Man,
about the money, man.
yeah,
Clarence
your
Jackson.
phone is kind of janky, man. What's going
Oh,
on? You on the trap phone, man? What you doing?
yeah. Uh, yeah, I'm familiar with all this. Though. I used to be a head trainer there at Jackson State. It's all
Oh,
about the
okay.
money, man. Them guys wasn't coming to Jackson State, man. It's just like you say, man. I'm not worried. That Jackson State is a good recruiting class. They would get 5 stars back. These guys can go to school, come from great athletes. A lot of guys go to school, he don't show up a lot of times. They don't, they thin out. You know, I don't worry about that because out there what they are. Jackson State still got tradition. They still got whatever. They have still got 4 Hall of Famers.
Yeah,
The young Sanders are doing a great job.
yeah.
Doing a great
You're
job of
breaking up.
recruiting.
Like your phone is really,
I'm
really.
here.
Yeah, your phone is really breaking
You
up
hear,
bad.
you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just about the recruiting, man. You sometimes you don't have to get 5 stars out of me. You can get a 3 or 4, and they
Hmm.
just come just as good as a 5 star.
Yeah.
I don't know how people tripping over this guy Shamar Stewart. He wasn't coming to Jackson State, or the other guy wasn't coming to Jackson State. The other guy wasn't coming to Jackson State because the 505 high school got all that money coming to them, and somebody got into their ear, to their family, that this is what we can do. That's what it is.
Hmm.
It's all about the money.
Yeah, I definitely
You
believe
know,
Texas A&M had a lot of that going on. All them
yeah, it's
players
all
going to
that.
Texas A&M, like it's a reason why all them players going to Texas A&M. It ain't about the football team.
It ain't about the football team. Man. It's
Yeah.
always about the money. When you guys go to these Power 5 schools, it's always about the money. And, what they can do for their family, what they can do for them. They are paying the athletes for their program. But if you really look at it, they should come to a HBA school because I like this kid Travis Hunt. I was watching him the other day how he fit in with all his football players and how he fit in on campus. And it's a different thing when you around your home.
Mm-hmm.
Because regardless where you come from, man, if you're a good athlete, they're gonna find you anywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
So don't let these people get all upset about Shamar Stewart and everything. Jackson State had a good recruiting class. They're going to compete. I would like to see it. Like Graham got a good recruiting class. And Alabama and A&M say, hey, you're still going to have great football.
Yeah, that's what we need.
So, this is just not this idea to, we got to get all these guys. Man, you can turn a 3-star into a 5-star.
Yeah. That's what Alabama A&M trying to do. They got all those 3 stars.
Because it's all about. Sometimes you can have too many 5-stars and they still can't get what you want. The pro, they don't match together.
Yeah.
Because like I say, Jackson State is on the right track. I know I have not followed them for a while until I saw they started winning again. Because I'm from New Jersey now. They've been going out the program. I left the program years ago, But the thing is now that it's exciting football. Jackson State back on the map. Come watch the play. Who want to be at that stadium? I'm from Jackson. Hey, it's great to have the SWAC that brought to Jackson State, and you're doing a great job, man. Just keep yourself up doing good. Tell people keep their heads up, man, because these 5 stars wasn't coming. It was always about the money.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to be good. We're going to be good. We still going to have a good season. It's still going to be lit, so we're not worried about that,
But then you got people talking, Jackson State didn't get Tomar Stewart. They said, well, hey, he didn't want to come anyway. He wasn't coming anyway. He wasn't coming. The other kid wasn't coming. The other kid wasn't coming no way. And they was coming, they would say, hey, I'm gonna take all my options out and see what I'm gonna do about this here. But Jackson State, hey, I'm not going. I didn't go to Southern. I didn't go to God, But like I say, the game is changing. A lot of these guys, when they start out, a lot of these guys come down the road. A lot of other guys will still come back to the SWAC school. This ain't gonna be the only 5-star that left. These guys might go there and stand out, might not get what they need anyway. Then they're gonna realize that, hey, I should have went here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's gonna happen to a lot of them. Like a lot of them gonna go to these schools and they're gonna be sitting on the bench because a lot of these guys they're gonna have 5 stars ahead of them, on the depth chart. So you going to these big Power 5 schools to sit on the bench for 2 years and then play.
You come out of high school, everybody can be a big dog in high school.
Yeah. So
then you come to college, it's a different story. Then you go to pro, it's a different story. See, that's the difference. In high school, you come in, I'm the big dog in high school.
Yeah.
But once you get to college, it's a lot of different. You got a bunch of other guys out there competing too.
Yeah. Like these kids going to Georgia, you finna sit on the bench. You're not about to start at Georgia.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah, but if you can't recruit, you have to pay kids to come to your school. That's something they not see them Power 5 schools. They recruiting those kids because they don't care nothing about them. They there to play football. They're not there to play anything else. How you gonna go to you go to HB schools? Everybody look just like you. Everybody act like you. You have fun with everybody. There's a lot of stuff going on at the black college.
Yeah.
And that boy Travis Hunt, it seems like he having a lot of fun at Jackson State.
Yeah, he is. He gonna have fun. But I appreciate the call. I got other callers, so I'm gonna try to get these other people.
All right.
All right. Appreciate the call. Yeah. All right, caller from Grand Rapids, Michigan. You can call back. My bad. I know that call kind of took a long time. So let me get the next caller. Hold on just a second, y'all. Carter, you live? Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on? It's Low LJ.
What's going on, Low LJ?
Not much, man. I was calling in because I want to help temper the fans that are not exactly happy about today's disappointment, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, to be in the conversation today, almost not even a whole 2 years of getting Coach Prime, we're in a totally different class, different system than all FCS schools. Nobody else in the FCS was competing for these guys, right?
Yeah.
The fact that we're here, people need to understand that. Like, look, we're just getting started, and not on top of that, we have a football roster full of 4-stars, some of which that didn't even get a chance to play. Quay Davis.
Yeah, that's true.
We got monsters on the roster, man. And then we had an incredible recruiting class. We fixed our offensive line, right? We got our running back situation. We got him coming back off an injury. We got a host of wide receivers. I mean, the defense is stacked. I mean, I don't know what people are kind of sad about, man. Like, this is the time to be happy. Let them use us for clout. That means that Jackson State's profile is on a whole nother level that everybody's worried about that J hat.
Yeah.
I'm happy for Shamar Stewart. I'm happy for Harold Perkins, right? But the thing is, what we need to get away from is eventually it's going to get to the point that we realize that the path to the NFL is just not through PWIs. And what I mean by it is second through third rounds in a bulk load of talent, not just the onesie twosies. That's what these guys are worried about. Yes, the NIL is one thing, but these cats aren't getting as much money as you think they are. They getting paid. Don't get me wrong, but they can't structure the money to where it's legal enough because it's seen. The NIL is a great thing. It's a great thing that's going around. Texas A&M had a lot of money to spend, but they're gonna have to figure out another way to filter that money. They can't do that. It's something called the IRS.
I think,
you know what I'm saying?
Let me say this real quick. I think a lot of people, when we say they're paying players and things like that, we're not talking about cash transaction, because as you can see, Coach Saban came out saying that they never paid players. It's not cash transaction. It's okay. I got this booster that owns this car dealership. He can get you a car. Mm-hmm. I got this other booster that own this real estate, these apartment complexes, these condos over here. We can get you a condo. You know, it's stuff like that. We can help your family out. We can get them a car. We can do this. It's not money transaction. It's giving them resources. That's what they mean. So Saban can say. Yeah, go ahead.
And I don't mean to cut you off, but I want you to like. So I'm very knowledgeable in that arena because Miles Jackson. I was the one who had that conversation with Miles Jackson initially. Simi Maela, I was in that conversation. I met with those guys. I talked with those guys. I spoke with them about NIL deals. I know exactly how this stuff works, and you can verify it through them. Lawrence Lowe, they'll tell you they know who I am. I'm a cybersecurity engineer. Own a big company. I know a lot of people in that arena, and so when I talk about the money isn't what people think it is, it really isn't. It's a combination. It's going to be a combination. It's a cap at what people are comfortable with paying these players, right? So that's why like a Bryce Young, he has to get like 20 companies. Yes, he has about $800,000, $1 million worth of deals, but it's package deals. You get what I'm saying? And so for them to be able to put all those deals in place before them guys even get on campus, it's a whole lot different. And like honestly, that's the reason why you got the Tom Luganbills who's requesting that there's no early signing day period, right? He doesn't. If you listen to Tom Luganbill, he hates what's going on in Jackson State. Everything about what's going on in Jackson State and Grambling, he hates it. Because what happens is now you got to start covering the Jackson State. You got to start covering the SWACs. You have to. You have to, because now these guys, next year, there's going to be 4 or 5 stars that go to HBCUs. Watch what happens. Because what's going to happen in the draft this year, James Houston's going to change a lot of that. James Houston's going to get drafted in the top two rounds. That's what I'm hearing.
That happens. Okay, where you hearing that from?
That's
like private sources.
I got a few sources, and I can hit you up offline.
Okay.
I can hit you up offline.
Yeah, definitely do that. Yeah, I would like to know. But yeah, I think Akil Glass stock went up too, so we got Akil Glass.
Yeah, he's top 10. He's number 10. They got him rated as a 10 quarterback coming out. Akil Glass.
And Jacoby Durant, well, he's not in the SWAC, but he's in the MEAC. He's been making some noise too.
and you got a couple players. You got a couple players down there in FAMU.
Yeah.
The safety's making some noise.
Yeah. Marquise Bell and
And
the lineman
same
is
with
too.
the running back from Alabama State. He's making some noise.
Yeah.
He had a nice broad jump. Like they really are getting a chance to see that, they've been really missing out by not having, enough people to be able to go to the combine.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been missing out by not having a separate combine or separate pro days or efficient pro days. How about that? What Coach Prime has done, what I know people want to hate and make it a big thing, like, because, I'm a DI love. I grew up in Jackson, went to the same high school as Walter Payton, Columbia High School. But we do take pride in it because we've been, in the SWAC, the fans, we've been putting out even when we weren't good. Right, so there's a little pride there, but what we do realize that we got lucky. Let's be. I don't care what no Jackson State fan says. Oh, we've been doing this, we've been doing that. I went to the game when Aaron McNair was there.
Yeah, we definitely got lucky with Travis Hunter. I mean, that's never happened in the history of FCS.
Right.
So yeah,
Look, I'm a DI Love fan to the core, but you can't tell me that we ain't get lucky by getting Coach Prime. And if a Jackson State fan is saying anything other than that, they're lying.
Yeah.
We listen. They be talking about, we need to go play the North Dakota States. I get what Coach Prime is doing. We don't need to go play them. What benefit is it going to be to go? It's going to cost money for us to go do it unless we do it at a neutral site, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the profile? If we beat North Dakota State, then they're going to say our roster is better than their roster, besides the offensive line. Yeah. The offensive line play with North Dakota State is the only difference that I saw from last year. But when you talk about the offensive line for this year that we have, I'm telling you, man, we're stacked. We're stacked. We fixed every single hole. Every single hole we fixed.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, it's the play calling. It's a play calling. Oh, we fixed that. And I don't even like that.
That remains to be seen. That remains to be seen. Because we haven't seen. I said that remains to be seen with the offensive coordinator. But we got to see what he does. Yeah. Grand Rapids don't hang up Grand Rapids.
He knows what's going on. Coach Prime's called plays before. I know it's high school. Mm-hmm. But we're talking about understanding, we got enough, coaches on the roster to fix problems in game, to make in-game adjustments, right? I mean, Coach Thurman he just went to the grocery store and he's 3 deep at every position.
Yeah.
At every position on defense, we 3 deep, and then we got guys that can go back and forth on both sides of the ball. Special teams is amazing. What happens when you're 3 deep? That means those fourth guys are special teams. Those fourth guys can start on a North Dakota State. Let's be honest, man. We ain't sitting back. We talking about we got a Quay Davis, a Malachi Wideman. Man, we listen. I expect to beat teams by 20 this year, man.
Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna happen.
I'm telling you.
But I got another call, so let me go and get this other call. I appreciate you calling in, giving your opinion on the show.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you. All right, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, this is D. Lou from Grand Rapids, Michigan. How you doing?
Doing great. I know it's been. I had you on hold for a minute. Appreciate you for sticking around.
Oh yeah, not a problem. So I just want to say essentially that I feel like National Signing Day was definitely amazing for the SWAC.
Mm-hmm.
In particular, Jackson State.
Can you speak up a little bit for me?
But I think the National Signing Day was amazing for HBCUs everywhere, and I feel like we're getting better competition, better parity, different things of that nature, and I think that if Deion Sanders stays at Jackson State, he can have the impact of Muhammad Ali, and he'll lead to the revitalization of HBCUs, and then be able to develop players from college going to the NFL and build that talent pipeline. And then also the money, the revenue that could come back to HBCUs and black people as a whole could definitely benefit from that, as well as education, the facilities, and different things of that nature. And then also what Coach Hugh Jackson is doing with his NFL, profile from Grambling State. So that's amazing to have, and I can only envision other black players coming back from like the NFL ranks and being able to get a head coaching job.
Brian Flores might need to come on to HBCU.
That's what I was thinking, Brian.
Yeah, because I think the NFL might not be able to get another NFL job, which is sad, but
ever be able to go back to the NFL.
And that's sad, but we'll take him at the HBCU. We look out for our people.
Exactly, like he's an amazing like defensive coordinator, and like man, the schemes that he draws up, and then he's really for his players as well. So that'd be amazing to have that NFL pedigree coming to HBCUs and being able to develop our players and take them to the league.
Exactly. What else you got for me?
And the only other thing I have to say is, so I think like right now, obviously like this is the first year that Coach Prime has had like an off season, so like we can't expect all these players to come to our program right now. But I think eventually they'll start circulating to HBCUs because we have people who are very similar to them, and they don't have to change up who they are, or like we say in the black community, code switch, right? Which is essentially like you have to be one way when you're around white people, and then you have to be another way in front of black people, but you can always be your authentic self. And I think that's very important for us as black people. Even me, I'm a black professional. I work in HR, different things of that nature, and I don't even want to have to switch up and be somebody that I'm not.
That's true. I think a lot of people need to hear that, like, because when these kids are at those schools, they probably have that impulse to code switch when they're in their environment. But when you're at a HBCU, you can just be yourself. You don't have to do that.
Exactly. And that's how it should be. Like, people should be accepting of other people, even though they come from a different walk of life than yourself. And you should be able to respect one another.
Yep. But I appreciate the call. I'm going to get to the next person. Well, I thank you for the call.
Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Yep. Oh, that person hung up. What are y'all talking about in these comments? I see somebody keep saying troll. What's going on in the comments? Who's trolling in here? Courtney Sutherland said Shadur Sanders is a light version of Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston was raw in college. I don't know what you talking about, Courtney. Y'all must have forgot about Jameis Winston in college. He was nice. The phone lines are open if y'all want to call in, 657-390-4814. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I cover SWAC content over here. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, at least INT in the conference, so try again. Katrina says Swag Buzz Alcorn back. Back where? What they back to? All right, I got another call coming in. Let me answer this call. All right, call you live. Talk to me.
Lamar from Florida.
What's going on, Lamar?
Nothing much, man. I'm just trying to find out what they're doing at Jackson State. Man, I see they're getting all them high-powered wide receivers and tight ends, but nobody seemed to do anything about that offensive line coach. I mean, we saw the same offensive line when they played Florida, the Rattlers, and we saw them in the Celebration Bowl with the same offensive line that couldn't do anything, couldn't block. So what's going on with that?
Well, I think they think it was the personnel that they had, so they upgraded the offensive linemen that they have on the team now. They've gotten bigger guys. They got like two guys that's like 6'7", 300 and something pounds. So they've gotten bigger people in the trenches. So I guess that's what they're gonna try out. And then
bigger don't necessarily mean they're gonna move together as a unit.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. So I think what they're thinking is they're gonna try that out, and then if that doesn't work, then a coaching change probably have to happen. So, but yeah,
All right, they'll
they
find out. They'll find out in the fall whether or not this guy can do something with the talent he brought on. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, it's no excuse now because you got a bunch of 3-star, 4-star offensive linemen. You should be able to do something with them.
All right, I still say the problem right there because you had the whole year to make an adjustment and you just couldn't get no adjustment made. So I still think it's still with the coach. All right, thank you.
I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. DJ, appreciate the super chat. All right. Oh yeah, and if y'all want to donate to the channel, my Cash App is scrolling down at the bottom on the ticker, $ SWAC Buzz. If y'all want to donate, that's if y'all want to donate. Appreciate it. What is dude been? John JSU average 3 yards per carry. Tell this guy he needs to be caught up. We bought in a bunch of O-line. JSU must develop a running game that is called scheme. Well, they got a running back, Hunt. I want to see what he does. Then they got Alexander coming back. He's really good too. But he fumbles. That's the only thing about him that kind of worries me. He does fumble sometimes. So, but we'll see what he does behind the new offensive line. Those guys were big and out of shape, period. Yeah, the phone lines are open. If you want to call in, 657-390-4814. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Smash up the likes. I appreciate y'all pulling up. But yeah, I think Grambling is probably gonna win the West. Just my early prediction. Like I think Grambling is gonna be really good. I think they're gonna shock a lot of people. I think Alcorn is probably gonna be second place. I think Prairie View is gonna take a big step back this year. Thank you, Miss Gowdy. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on just a second. Who's that QB JSU signed from Ohio State? I don't think he played much at Ohio State. But yeah, they signed him. I haven't looked into him much, but I will, and I'll be doing videos on him soon. Having new offensive linemen doesn't mean they can play. 2 or 3 will not pan out. We'll see. I think Semi will pan out though. Semi has experience, so I think he'll pan out. Have their guys come from other schools, commits, or guys that we're working on. He has no stars. O-line lost 4 players. All right, we got another call coming in. Hold on, y'all. All right, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Yeah, that's Coach Belford calling.
How you doing, Coach Belford?
Yeah, hey, how you doing, man? Listen, I hear a lot of people. I'm calling from up here in New Jersey, and people talking about JSU, the offensive line and whatnot. The offensive line coach did a good job. They just have to come up with some schemes to run for running plays, counters, power plays, some other things to run the ball. The scheme wasn't real good last year. And when you got those big linemen, you got to teach them. And once they get some real good kids in there, then they can probably play a lot better. So I anticipate them being a better running team this year. Plus, they got a couple good running backs. And then now that they're planning on throwing the ball with the air raid, I think they're going to do a lot better.
You coach football?
Yes.
Okay.
For 40 years in New Jersey.
Okay. So do you think that it was more so the people that was on the offensive line than the coach?
Yeah, I think it was the offensive line, but I also didn't like the scheme, especially in the Celebration Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have a scheme for running the ball. You know what I mean? The lineman, the offensive line coach only teaches the plays that the offensive coordinator gives them. And they weren't worried about really running the ball. They were more considering throwing the ball. And they were more concerned about throwing the ball with Shadir. They just didn't concentrate on the run. Now this year they can get a chance to concentrate on the run and develop a good running game. Now you talk about the run, I hear people talk about them trying to play North Dakota State. North Dakota State runs the ball like crazy on those power plays, inside powers, outside powers, counter.
You said you hear them trying to play North Dakota State.
Excuse me?
You said you heard that they're trying to play North Dakota State?
No, I said I've been online here and a lot of people talking about if JSU plays North Dakota.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah, that they should play them. I don't think they really should play them. But I'm just saying, if you look at like North Dakota State, the reason why they've been able to win all these years is because they have a tremendous running game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then they throw the ball too. But imagine if they can come in with the new coach, Bartolone, and he can actually throw the ball and then put a good running game together, they'll be superior to everybody else.
Yeah, I have to see what he does first. You know, I know they say that he's a really smart guy. He knows offense, so I just have to see how it looks first. You know.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. He's another one of the young guys, who came out of that air raid scheme and all that. And that's the trend today, to throw the football. And they got, with the wide receiver core that JSU has, and with the additions of offensive linemen, if you'll remember last year, Shadir was running for his life every time he went back there.
That's true.
And he's really not a running quarterback.
Yeah, he tries to run though.
Yeah, he tries, but
sometimes he would shock you though. Sometimes he would shock you. He'll take off and you be like, oh, he got a little speed on him. You know, some plays.
Yeah, he can run. I mean, he's not a stiff.
Yeah,
but he can run. But I just anticipate this year with a couple of transfer guys they have coming in and whatnot, and the whole talk about the offensive line. I got a chance to watch several of the the practice tapes last year, and the O-line coach was doing a real good job. But they just, they didn't really call running plays. When they played Alabama State, they ran the ball. And I'm not sure was it when they played Valley or one of those other teams, they ran the ball. But other than that, how many games can you remember that they really ran the ball well?
Yeah, I feel like Coach Prime really wants to throw the ball because he trusts Shadur more than the running backs. So, so I think he really wants the ball to be in Shadur's hands, so that's why they throw the ball so much. I think once he gets a running back that he feels like he can trust to get what he needs, then I think he will split it up. He'll get a running back just as much the ball as he does Shadur. But
well, yeah, and
go ahead.
I think with a couple of running backs they got that they came in through the transfer portal, they're gonna help them.
Yeah, and they got a guy named Hunt. and he's nice. Now I've seen some practice footage of him. He's nice, so I'm ready to see what he looks like actually in the game, because he didn't
Yeah.
play last year.
Well, I think that running game, the running game is more of when you design the plays. As I talk about scheme, when you design the plays, you only need about 3 or 4 real good running plays that you can depend on. You can see just from what happened in the NFL this year. Some teams like up here where I'm close to Philadelphia, and when Philadelphia started running the ball, then they became competitive. And you know, if you can run the ball, then you can definitely throw.
Yeah. But I appreciate the call. I got another caller. Go ahead and finish your point. You go ahead and finish your point.
No, I enjoy listening to your podcast, and keep up the good work, my brother.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, let me get to the next caller. All right, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, man, it's Sid from J State, man. I'm a graduate from J State, marched in the boom and all of that, man. And I love what Jackson State is doing. I love the trajectory that we own. However, I see at the administrative level and at the AD level, seem like people getting kind of too anxious after one season. Because I've been trying to make sense of the reasoning why they said that we wouldn't be playing Southern in either Jackson or Baton Rouge. And that's just not making sense to me when they saying that the game would roll off our schedule eventually. I see because of the addition of FAMU and Bethune, maybe that would cause some scheduling conflicts, but it seemed like SWAC games should take precedence over any out of conference games or any of that. And to even think that the Boombox Classic would be in jeopardy is crazy. And then the news today that they pulled out of the Southern Heritage Classic. I mean, that's a 30-year tradition that was here long before prime time came, man. And it just seems like they're getting too anxious, and they're making permanent decisions based on what could really be a temporary circumstance. Because Prime is trying to get his sons to the league and all of that. We don't know how long he's going to be here, but we've been had the Southern Heritage Classic. We've been had them relationships with the city of Memphis and all them students we get to come from Memphis. That's a huge recruiting game every year in Memphis. And to just scrap that based upon now we got some new buzz from Prime. I feel that. I get that. And maybe new relationships is going to be forged with another school. I don't know. But I just hope they know what they're doing. But it seemed like they done got too anxious. Their eyes done got too big in that administration tower. Now they scrapping what was already in place. And that's a huge game in Memphis, man. So I'm just not with some of those decisions. But I get the excitement, and they trying to seize the opportunity. You know, like kind of like striking while the fire is hot. I get that, but man, a 30-year relationship deserves much better than just a press release. You ain't talked to the other school's president. You ain't picked up the phone and called them. They found out when the rest of the world found out that we done pulled out of the Southern Heritage Classic. That's just in bad taste for a 30-year relationship. What you think? Am I tripping? What you think about that?
Well, in regards to the Southern and the Boombox Classic, I think what the commissioner said, that the way the scheduling is now, everybody's gonna have 2 years to where a school is gonna come off your schedule for 2 years, and 23 and 24 just happened to be the year that Jackson State and Southern weren't playing. But because that game makes so much money and because it's such a big game, they decided to schedule that game as an out-of-conference game. And they're doing it at a neutral site and making a big event out of it. So I think that's what they're trying to do. Now, after 2024, their game would be back. It would be back to normal at that point. Be playing in Baton Rouge, be playing in Jackson.
Let me tell you why that's fishy. Because I see they scheduled 3 games in Birmingham that's supposed to be neutral site games.
Mm-hmm.
But why all 3 games got Jackson State in them?
Because Jackson State brings the money.
Right.
Yeah.
But see, this is what it's also doing. It's also taking money from the city of Jackson too. So and maybe somebody could say, all right, well, we'll get more upfront money by being a classic or being made into a classic. But if the goal was to get more SWAC games, general SWAC games to Birmingham, then it should be a mixture of other SWAC schools and not just all Jackson State games. That's why it seemed like somebody eyes and got real big, and they done seen how well we traveled last year, and they thinking that it's gonna be like that every year, and hopefully it will be. But at the same time, you can't just make moves to stir the pot like that after decades and been set in stone before all this happened. Because this man could leave at any time. He's a superstar.
That's true.
And this is stuff we gonna be stuck with this. You know what I'm saying? And what goes up must come down. And the scrap of especially with the Southern Heritage class, to scrap a 30-year relationship, what happened if Prime leaves? We're gonna be begging to get that game back.
I have to wait to see what comes of what's in place of that Southern Heritage Classic for me to understand, because we don't know yet. The schedule comes out Monday, so we'll know Monday what's going on. But if it's not to nothing that's comparable, then I would say, yeah, I don't think they should have scrapped the Southern Heritage Classic, because that's one of the biggest games and one of the biggest draws for the fan base.
Bro, that's huge. That's huge, man. And Jackson and Memphis, that's a real close relationship right there. Like, and anybody coming in, they should understand what we already have in place before you just start changing stuff that's a staple in our culture already, man. Like the Southern Heritage Classic, I never would have thought we'd have pulled out of that game. That's just crazy to me, man, for real. But I just wanted to vent about that, man. I'm a graduate, man, so I get kind of emotional about this kind of stuff, and I'm just like, bro, what are they doing? I get the excitement, but man, let's not get ahead of ourselves. And if we gonna make all these moves, like messing with what we already had in place all these years, then that Prime need to commit. He need to come out and commit for at least 10 years, that's saying that he gonna be at Jackson State. At least 10 years for us to scrap all of the stuff that we done built for decades. He could make all these changes and shoot. The next opportunity, he up and gone. Now we looking crazy. So he need to give us more of a commitment. All of this buzz is fine, but if it's gonna be changes to this degree, we need more of a commitment coming out of his mouth, and we need to know how long he gonna be there. Because we don't need to be messing up our stuff and then somebody just come here and leave, and now we stuck trying to clean up all this mess, man. But that's all I wanted to say. I love your show, bro. I'll listen to what you got to say, bro.
All right, thank you for the call.
All right, appreciate it.
I'm gonna get to the next caller. 601. Hold on just a second. All right, caller, you live. Talk to me. Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. How you?
I'm doing fine. Hey, I'm from Jackson, Mississippi. JSU. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, the guy that was calling about the Southern Heritage Classic.
Yeah.
On the SWAC bus. Yeah. What it is, the Southern Heritage Classic, when we had the COVID incident, Fred Jones, who was the promoter, had an illness. And he printed in the September column that the Southern Heritage Classic may be on a
Hold on just a second. Do you have the YouTube playing in the background? Because it's looping back.
No, sir.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, just kind of mute it so it won't play back.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, what it is, the Fred Jones, who was the promoter for the Southern Heritage Classic, the guy that was calling all upset about the games being changed during the COVID time. I guess he had an illness or something, and his promoter was trying to get it improved. But you got to realize that the stadium is controlled by Memphis University. So it's a lease and by contract. So the contract let me see, maybe have one more year. So what's happening is it's a negotiation. So what AD is doing is trying to get more money. And for the teams to do better, like the Birmingham deals, you have to understand how they're setting it up so that all the other states and cities will give more to the universities, all the HBCUs.
So you're saying
you can't do.
You saying the AD? You mean Jackson State AD Ashley Robinson? Is that who you're referring
to?
Well,
right. But what you need to do is go back to the September 2021, pull up Fred Jones Southern Heritage Classic promotion, and they do have on YouTube where they explain how the contract is almost due. The due date is up, and plus the universities want a little more money. Jackson State is the primary attendance to get the game to be at the level that it is. So that got to just cause us all upset about somebody's being greedy or they're going too high or they're going too quick. We have to stop and read each one of the universities' I guess it's a newsletter or whatever their program is doing. Stop calling in unless you know or you researched why they're doing these things or how these games are promoted and sponsored. And I want to ask you one question. If you got my number, keep it, and I want to talk to you on a private line to help you understand some things that some of those people are attacking you about. Or that I'm an old cat. I'm old school.
Okay.
So I have a long history of JSU. So, and I can help explain to some of those people, the ones who are newbies, who are saying all this crazy stuff about the school history and the background for all the SWAC schools and HBCUs.
Okay.
I can help you somewhat.
Do you have Instagram? You could just you can message, you can DM me on Instagram or Twitter. Yeah.
I don't do that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay, you don't.
I'm just not. Yeah, I'm just.
Well,
I
have a SWAC Buzz Facebook page as well. So you got Facebook?
But yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Just send me a message on Facebook.
Yeah. But Fred Jones is the promoter for the Southern Heritage Classic. All you got to do is go back and pull up his YouTube or his website, and it will explain to you this September how he explained because of the COVID they had to make some changes, and then he may have lost some money in sponsorship because of the COVID year.
Okay.
But he also has the contract is ending for JSU at Tennessee State, so. Nobody's trying to misuse the university, Jackson State. The ADs ain't trying to get no money. This has nothing to do with Coach Dion. These things are already in place for Coach Dion. Got here. He has no influence over these decisions that will be made for the school and the scheduling. Dion has nothing to do with that. So they're trying to say that since Dion is well-known, popular, little money, whatever, he's influencing the AD and the president. No. Or the commissioner. No. These are contract deals. The contract deals are set up so that the schools, the university, the facilities can earn more money by making a better business decisions. And some of these contracts are like you trying to tell them, 2-year, 3-year go so many years, drop, pick up. He don't understand none of that. So you have to conversate to them, take your time, just like the Boss Channel, and explain to these people that the ones that are coming in that are newbies, they have to go back and understand the whole history of the school, when the Southern Heritage was created, why it was created, who's the sponsor, how many hands are inside the pool. Memphis University controls, that's their stadium. They have a contract too. They may be upset because of what Deion is doing and making the money. They hear about that stuff, so they may want to cancel the contract. They may want to shut it down now because of what Deion is doing, because they're pulling in more fans than they are pulling in their own stadium. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things involved, but have your, like this guy, some of your chat people, Deion is not the one that is controlling or has any strong voice in the decision making of the contracts that are already written out 3, 4, 5, 6 years. So sometimes us old school cats that are listening can hear some of the stuff that's way out there, mm-hmm. because the younger people don't know the full history of the university, how long it's been going on, some of the teams we've been playing, how it's going to level out. But on the business part,
caller 210, you're next. Go ahead. I was just letting the next caller know that the next. Go ahead.
I'm listening. Because of the ones who are kind of upset or worried, it's going to pan out. Just be patient. Let the coaches coach. They got new recruits. They're going to fill in. And it's on the football players on the O-line. Sometimes the O-line guys, when they know they're the only one that are playing on the O-line, those guys talk to each other. They do the best they can. Just like in the NFL. When there's a good team that play good one year and that same line is there and they don't do good the next year, there's reasons for that. It has nothing to do with the coach. Sometimes it's just the players. They don't have that burning desire no more. Or the talent level is too high, or they come with a school with a different scheme and it's hard to figure out. And then you can't last minute teach and train some guys. The O-line that we had for the guys jumping offside and all that, that's a mental thing. So if they mentally jumping offside, they're already mentally nervous. They don't understand the count, the cadence, all that's part of it. So I know your callers called me in, the diligent, the JSU fan. But as some of the old guys said before, calm down. Don't do like Scotty. Scotty is a totally idiot. He don't understand JSU family. He has no idea what's an HBCU nation, no matter what state, city, or which one of the SWAC schools. If he's not from here, Alabama, Louisiana, Tennessee, Arkansas, Georgia, he knows nothing about HBCUs because he's a Midwesterner or Easterner, so he's trying to get in on the party. But if you're not a blood or a nation, or you're not a family heritage where you had second, first, third generation attending an HBCU, you're going to feel that way from up north. Because those schools don't have what we have in SWAC or in HBCU. Thank God FAMU and Bethune-Cookman woke up and decided to join a good conference, and that's why they're trying to be in the top conversations. FAMU's trying real hard, and that's fine. We love them. They're going to help. Bethune-Cookman's going to catch on, but they're being quiet about it. But for your fan base and your chat people, calm down. Jake State's going to be just okay. Stop getting upset over Scotty. Stop getting upset if they're not saying things that have pride for the university, because Jackson State alumni, family base, Southern, Grambling, Alcorn, we come from those universities. We come from the South. We're from Mississippi, so we're proud, and we know what all our universities went through. So don't take it personal when someone types or chats about something negative, because they're learning. They're learning about HBCU, and they will learn over time. And Deion is not going anywhere till all of his kids graduate. Everybody thinks Deion's doing a lot.
I hope so.
He has a point. He has a point to make. He's not going anywhere for a while. If his daughter is going to be a part of the basketball team this spring semester, fall semester, he may not leave until she graduates. She may play whole 4 years. Shadur may not stay until junior year, but I hope he stay all 4. And then the guys he's getting, he's making some commitment to those guys. And if he does get some more 5 and 4 stars next season or this coming fall, he's going to stay, because it's been fitting what he was sent to do. Like you said, he was chosen by the Lord, spoke to directly by God, and that is very true. That's why I love to talk to you privately and explain some things to you about that. I have a small connection with JSU, but I would only like to talk to you about it personally to help you, since you said you're a local, but you moved out from the state once you graduated.
Yeah, I come back home every year though. I come back home multiple times a year.
I'm an old porch. I go back to 1967 with Jackson State.
Oh, okay.
So I can tell you about some players that you haven't even ever heard of who have done great, who are here in Jackson and other places, and they're all listening. And there's a lot of old school guys saying, God, those guys are being misinformed, or they don't know the full history. So I'm willing to help with the history part to help the newbies and the so exciting ones to understand it better, so they will stop getting upset when someone make a negative statement about the university or the SWAC or Mississippi or whomever. I don't want to hold you up.
Yeah, just email me on Facebook, and we can connect that way. Well, I'm gonna get to this other call, okay? I appreciate the call.
Bye-bye.
All right, thank you. All right, caller, you live. Talk to me.
What's up, SWAC Buzz? This is Malachi.
What's going on, Malachi?
Not much. Been waiting on for the show for a while, but I'm gonna go ahead and get to it. So, I'm gonna start off. I seen you put up. They posted the top 10 quarterbacks going in the draft. Kill Glass is number 6 on that list, and I said that in the comments.
Oh yeah. So you did your own list. Was that you?
Yeah, I did my own list.
Okay.
Yeah, I did my own list. I had Kenny Pickett at number 1, Matt Corral 2, Malik Willis at 3, Desmond Ritter at 4. I know people are gonna be like, "What?" Yeah, Desmond Ritter is 4. Number 5, Sam Howell. Akil Glass, number 6, in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, second thing is, how do you feel about the recruiting? What happened today?
I think, like I said, I think Grambling did very good. I think Alabama A&M has done well. I think Southern did okay. They did good. I still think they're gonna be middle of the pack though, and I think Jackson State did well. I think a lot of people was looking for a splash because Coach Prime said they're gonna break the internet again and things like that. That didn't happen. I think that he probably thought that he was gonna get someone, and they probably changed their mind at the last minute or something, and so it didn't happen the way the way people thought it was gonna happen.
Yeah, I feel like he most likely talked to one of them, and they said, "You know what, I'm on board," but they had all that pressure down there, down their neck and stuff, and I can understand that. You 17, you 18 and stuff. You don't. Having pressure to make a decision that's dealing with, your livelihood and also, changing the game and stuff. I can understand it. So I wasn't mad that, Perkins or, Stewart, they decided to go to the schools. They did.
Yeah, and these recruits, they're making hard decisions. You have to think about their families that's coming to them saying, "No, don't go there. You need to do this." They have so much information coming in to them from all different kinds of ways. This is a very stressful time for them. So, just think about it. You're on the phone with one of the icons of the NFL. You don't want to let him down, but then you have your family or other people telling you, "No, you need to do this, you need to do that." And then so, you just never know the situation that they're in.
Family is there, I understand they'll tell them, go ahead to the big schools, get that money, this and that. And you know what? Can you blame them? I can understand that. But I want people out there to, take this with a grain of salt and look at the bigger picture. It's already, the chess game has already been set, because I'm gonna tell a lot of people this right now. All these people that sign with these big time schools, that's going to be a whole bunch of transferring next year. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I believe that, and you have to understand it takes a special person to want to come to an HBCU and forego all that glitter that they're throwing at you. You know, it takes a special person. Like, because me personally, like, if I was in their situation, I would choose Jackson State because I just wouldn't feel comfortable knowing that I'm going somewhere where these people are pretty much just using me for my talent and they're just making money off me and they really don't care about me. If I didn't play football, they probably wouldn't want me on their campus. You know, that fact will be always be in the back of my mind, and so I couldn't play for them. But that's just how I am. That's just the type of person I am. So I can't expect everybody to be like that. You know, people are different.
That's true. I mean, and it kind of sometimes that do get to me too, because it's like, why would you go and play for that school? Do you know the history behind that school? I mean, Texas A&M literally released a video, I think it was last year, where a Caucasian dude asked another black dude. I mean, it's all on the internet. He said, "Are you an Aggie or are you a Blackie?" I'm like, what the world? I'm like, so if you feel, I said, you feel that way, how many more of y'all actually feel that way? I'm like, it's right in front of you and stuff. But I'll say this: sometimes I do think about, what if things would never went the way it is, and what if most of our players were still at HBCUs? How big the schools would be? I don't think people think about that.
Well, I think they're starting to think about it now. It will be huge. It'll be television contracts and everything. These players will be getting the spotlight put on them. It'll be a huge thing. The NFL will be forced to come look at these players because HBCUs have some of the best players in the country. They will be forced to come down here.
Yeah. I mean, that's what my father he told me. My father was born in '48, so he don't seen everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. So with that being said and all that, I'm ready to see change. Well, change is already coming. But yeah, I'm gonna end it right here. So how do you feel about the O-line now? Because I'm gonna go ahead and say this: the dude from Utah and the other dude from Germany, that's gonna be the right and left tackle. The other dude from Monroe that graded out with an 80%, he's gonna be starting. I already know that for a fact. I say Tony Gray go to guard, and either the kid from Monroe or the kid from UAB play center. There you go. But Shador, he ain't gonna get touched this year.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't. I mean, I think the O-line is gonna be really good. We just, like I said, schemes and stuff like that is important. So we have to see. And Grambling D-line looks nice. Like they brought some good players in. So you can't sleep on Grambling.
Grambling always had a good defense.
Yeah.
It was their offense. Their offense couldn't keep a drive going. I mean, look at it. Look at when they lost. Look at how they played Jackson State in the spring when they had Jeremy Hickbottom. He was moving the ball, but he left. They had subpar quarterback play, and no offense to the quarterbacks that played there, but it's like it was dismal, and Grambling's defense kept them in a lot of games. Grambling's defense is the reason why they beat Alabama A&M. I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah, you're right. But I got another call. I appreciate you calling, giving your opinion. Make sure you keep watching the show.
No problem.
All right.
All right, see you.
All right, thank you. Oh, sorry, caller. You can call back. You just hung up. Yeah, call back and I answer. Caller that just hung up. What y'all talking about in these comments? I think Hugh Jackson would do good things at Graham this year. Yep. I still say we should play in Memphis and make Southern and Jackson work. player development, coaching schemes, and proper game planning, I think is what's going to be a major factor in the SWAC this year. Yeah, I mean, I really have to see how Jackson State offense look their first game, but that's gonna be really telling. All right, we got another caller. Hold on just a second, y'all. All right, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, it's Justin. I'm out of Washington, D.C. I've been following you. I left a comment or two. And my question is, when do we expect, all the HBCUs to, fully develop and, get everything? You think that'll take about 2 to 4 years? What are you expecting?
And what are you referring to?
Talent-wise, when do you?
I mean, that can happen like two or three recruiting cycles. That can happen like 2 or 3 recruiting cycles. Because I mean,
okay,
yeah, I think it's happening. Like, we just have to be patient. It's not gonna happen overnight. I think you're seeing the other schools in the SWAC starting to recruit more because of what Coach Prime is doing. Because they have to recruit up now because they have to be able to compete. So I think you're gonna see. I think in about 2 more years, you're gonna see like everybody in the SWAC be at another level. It's slowly going up.
That's right. And then another question. And I know I've probably asked this before to you or maybe Jeff Lysick. Now, is it typical for the HBCUs to not have a full schedule available for the following season? I'm new to the space, so please.
You said a full schedule?
A full schedule for the following season. Yes, sir.
I mean, sometimes they have games scheduled years out. So I know in 2023 Jackson State is supposed to play Texas State. In 2024 they play ULM. So they already have contracts in place for these out of conference games. So they just have to plug other stuff in and just make it work for the schedule. But yeah, those games are already Texas State next year is already on the books. And then ULM in 2024 is already on the books. So, it just depends on the school.
Gotcha. Do you see them playing any of the power teams like North Dakota State or a Portland State? I believe you mentioned it before, right?
Yeah, I mean, Prime want to do it. From what he said,
right.
I don't think Prime is not gonna put any of his players at risk. He doesn't see the worth in it. If it makes sense, if it's gonna be good exposure for his kids, and he doesn't have to worry about them getting hurt and things like that or being blown out, I think he'll do it. But I don't think he's gonna put his players in a bad position.
Yeah. Well, that's all I've got for you. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you for the call.
Yep.
All right. All right. What y'all talking about in here? They need to schedule Ohio State so I can go see them. I don't know about Ohio State. Not yet. I think in about 2 or 3 years, they probably could do Ohio State. You just need that depth. You need to be able to bring in the same caliber of players that you have starting. Justin Potter said Ohio State, Toledo, Ohio U, Bowling Green, somebody. Yeah, that level. I could see that level. I think JSU had a great recruitment signing. We have to realize every top recruit is not going to realize the bigger picture until much later. Yeah, I think a lot of people are in wait and see mode. They're trying to wait and see how things are going to happen with Travis Hunter this year. And then, they'll make their decisions next year. Like, this year is going to be really big for recruits. Like, we really have to show up and show out to these games. All the alumni, make sure y'all go to the games, man. Like, we really need to give these kids an experience that, that they're not going to get anywhere else. I have a question. If JSU gets a TV contract, will the attendance drop in the vet? Why would the attendance drop in the vet if they get a TV contract? One of SU players got paralyzed that game. These so-called 5-star kids have Channing Crowder syndrome. They look they love snow crab leg steaks and 100,000 rack donations. I mean, everybody's not gonna see it, that way. I can't really be mad at these kids. Some people have different experiences. Some of these kids they've been going to schools, with white people all their lives. So that's what they're used to. They might not be used to having that HBCU type of experience or being around a lot of African Americans like that. And so that's going to schools like that is natural for them, But then a lot of people like that want to come to HBCUs, because I remember when I was in school, there was a lot of people that came from, backgrounds where they lived around a lot of white people. So they wanted to come to a HBCU to get that experience. If Travis Hunter dominates the SWAC, hold on, let's scroll by real quick. Hold on, let me read that. If Travis Hunter dominates the SWAC, the haters will just blame it on JSU's opponents and find more reasons to hate. You know what? I think that's going to happen. I think if he dominates, people are going to be like, oh, it's the competition. They're going to make excuses. But I think he would dominate in any league. It doesn't matter. But that's why it's important that all the schools in the SWAC increase the level of play, so people can't make those excuses. If you want to call in, phone number 657-390-4814. Make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all pulling up. Hold on just a second. I'll take one or two more calls. Then we're probably going to end the show for tonight. Appreciate y'all pulling up. If JSU upgrades the locker rooms and other facilities and get... Whoa, this thing is scrolling fast. Hold on just a second, y'all. JSU upgrades the locker rooms and other facilities and get their own nutrition facilities. It's game over. Yeah, that's coming, though. They're doing it now. Once JSU gets its offensive line and defensive line depth that can compete with Power 5 schools, I think JSU schedules them. Yeah, that's what Coach Prime said. He said if he doesn't have the personnel to compete, he's not gonna do that to his players. So JSU didn't offer the Marquise boy. What are you talking about, Laney? So white FCS teams are all dominant. The same teams end up in the FCS playoffs. They already have a training table. It's hard to walk your own path. All right, I got another caller. Give me just a second, y'all. All right, caller, you live. Talk to me.
What's up, man? This is Leon calling from Jackson State. Alumni here.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing well, man. I've just been enjoying this signing day and listening to what's going on here. And I was kind of just wanted to hit a few points for everybody. You know, if coming from alumni, I know that all of us was kind of disappointed that we didn't get it, but, you know, like one of the callers was saying, it was kind of shaky anyway. And I think with some last-minute things going on there, and we didn't get that, but that's okay. Because just looking at the class that we have now, they came in with Travis Hunter, and then we have number 4 wide receiver, Malachi, and the rest of them. I think that we have what it'll take to get it done, and then we got that big offensive line coming up there. So I think that the only problem I see that we might have is the running back, you know. But then too, we have one that's supposed to be coming in that was a red shirt and see what he's going to do. But other than that, I think that people just missed the point of what's going on. And I know we were disappointed that they went to other places, but and some others went to SWAC. But isn't that what Prime wanted to do? He wanted those other ones, all the other SWAC schools, to improve the talent, to be eyes on us. Am I correct?
Yeah, you're correct.
So with that being said, that's all I just had to say. You know, I'm to look forward for spring ball. I'm look forward for, you know, the fall and see what we're gonna do. I just want to see what it's gonna look like out there. I'm ready to go.
Are you going to any games?
I'm gonna try to go to at least one in spring. But during the fall,
what area you live in?
During the fall. I'm from Jackson.
Oh, okay. So you live in Jackson?
Yeah, I'm back in Jackson now. I left for a minute. I was in Colorado, but now I'm back in Jackson. I am, like I said, I'm an alumni of Jackson State, so I'm gonna try to make it to these games again.
Yeah, you gotta come to more than one game then if you're in Jackson.
I'm gonna try to come to all of them if I can.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, go and get your season tickets. They ain't but like what, $500, $500.
Is it? Yeah, it's best. I think they went up to like, well, you can catch them in the beginning, get a little cheaper, but you're looking at about $400. So.
Okay. Yeah, it's not bad.
Hey, I'm just looking forward for. Yeah, it ain't bad at all, especially with the talent that we have going in. I think this is gonna be a pretty good year. We're gonna see what's going on out there, and hey, I just tell people look out for what's going on in SWAC. Jack State coming again, and this time we'll come correct. And hey, you gonna see us at the Celebration Bowl again, and this time you gonna see a win for the J team, for real.
Yeah. Appreciate the call, man.
All
right, thank you.
Yeah.
Steele Harper said 400. Was I wrong, Steele Harper? I haven't bought season tickets in so long. I don't know what's the price now. It can't be 400 now that I'm looking at it. Now I'm thinking about it, because if they're like $25, $30 for admission, and it's only like 5 or 6 home games, that's too much. $100 to $125. Yeah, you might be right. I will be in Birmingham because that's my hometown and my family will have a chance to see my son. Your son plays on the football team, Terry Harris? All right, we got another call. I'm going to answer this call. Hold on, y'all. Meridian, Mississippi. All right, caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, this is Reverend James calling in, talking about my man Dion. He's my homeboy from Fort Myers, Florida. I know all his family.
Oh,
the
okay.
Man is for real. I thank God for him. And I know you all going to enjoy him and already enjoy him.
Yeah, we are.
He's a real man.
You say you grew up with him?
Yeah, from Fort Myers.
Okay.
Yeah, his homeboy from Fort Myers. I live now in State Line, Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
But y'all got somebody for real. The man, he one of a kind, man, on the real side.
Yeah, I could tell. I mean, everybody can tell that he's different. The things that he say, and how spiritual he is. I like that about him.
Oh yeah, that spiritual side for real now. If it wasn't for real, he wouldn't even be doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he real, man. So we want to thank God for him. Hey man, you all enjoy him. God bless y'all. Okay.
All right. Thank you for the call.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hold on, let me hang up the call. Okay. All right, y'all. It's getting late. I appreciate y'all pulling up to the channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you haven't liked and subscribed, I do SWAC content over here. Just checking in with y'all. I'm gonna try to do these live shows a few more times a week. We're in the off season now, but I try to check in with y'all and do these live shows a little bit more. But I appreciate y'all pulling up. Like I said, if you haven't liked and subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, hit the notification bell so you'll know when the next video drop. We got another call. I'm going to take this call. Hold on just a second. All right, call you live. Talk to me. Caller, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, how you doing? I'm from Virginia. I listen to your show all the time, but everybody calling in.
Hold on, just a second. Just a second. So, cut the YouTube link off. Well, the video from playing, mute it for me, because it's doubling back. So just mute the video that's playing in the background.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you good. No, I'm still hearing it. I'm still hearing the video.
You still hearing it?
Yeah, so just mute the video. Just mute the YouTube. Just mute the YouTube video. Hello, you there? Hello? Did he mute? No, hold on. I think you muted your phone. All right, just call back, calling. Yeah, so when y'all call in, make sure y'all have the YouTube video off, because the people can hear that. They can hear it loop back. I wonder if we to the money games and be him so we could go get a high professional basketball coach. Man, no. They ain't thinking that deep on, I don't believe. I appreciate y'all pulling up to the channel. Like I said, make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you'll know when the next video drop. Like I said, I'm going to try to do these a little bit more, even though we're in the off season. But yeah, I'm going to get on up out of here. Appreciate y'all pulling up, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. I'm gone.